aliens, dude. Welcome to Limitless and the San Francisco Bay Area. In our last episode, we discussed the Fermi paradox and the Drake equation about the number of civilizations in our galaxy.
1 billion planets on which civilizations have arisen at least once.
But Carl Sagan did that in the 70s, man. And all they had was land-based telescopes, whose images were distorted by our atmosphere. Until the Hubble telescope came along, and everything came clear. When scientists finished mapping the visible sky, they decided to focus Hubble on a relatively empty portion of space. What they found was that the image contains as many as 10,000 galaxies of all shapes, sizes, colors, and ages. Each of those galaxies containing many billions of stars. They call this image the Hubble Ultra Deep Field. And now it turns out aliens are real.
What you talking about, Willis?
UFOs have captivated the public interest for decades, but they've always been dismissed, including by me, as the province of wackos. But that is changing thanks to some remarkable videotape and first-hand accounts from very sober people who are trained to identify aircraft. And that would include this video. It shows two Navy pilots encountering something bizarre off the east coast of the United States. Watch this.
Roger. There's troubleshooting as soon as
Did you box moving target?
No, I took an auto track.
Oh, okay.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Wow.
Okay, these are guys who fly for a living, who know what other airplanes look like, including those maintained by foreign governments, and they're totally shocked by this. This is one among many incidents like it, including many that have happened in the middle of the day to sober people, lots of independent witnesses at the same event, commercial pilots, military pilots, O'Hare Airport in the afternoon. None of them have obvious explanations. These are aircraft, apparently, that are moving in ways that appear to violate physics, that are flying very differently from any aircraft ever observed, and way faster than any plane that we know any foreign country has. What is this?
Let's get to the San Diego area. It's 2004, and the Navy is having a training exercise. The Navy's advanced sensors picked up several UFOs doing extraordinary things. They already have birds in the air, so they send them to investigate. They get to the spot in the ocean where the UFOs were detected, and they notice something about the size of a 747 in the ocean. That's when they notice the 10-foot-long Tic Tac. The Navy tries to engage this Tic Tac, but it escapes at hypervelocity.
I saw that it went from, right around between 25 and 30,000 feet down to sea level and below sea level.
Contact, tag number 042.
Below sea level was confirmed to me by the actual sonar techs that were in combat, in communications with other techs that had said they had an active track on it under the water. I mean, I was told directly that it did go underwater. You know, I mean, it went from being in the air to underwater. From what they were saying, it was going averaging about 500 knots under the water. You know, so it did slow down when it hit the water, but it didn't affect it inertially.
Things that are maneuvering in ways that no aircraft that we are currently aware of has that capability to. Flight performance characteristics that are well beyond the threshold of what we would consider I think normal or routine for aircraft.
So they have no flight surfaces, no wings or anything approaching a wing, and there's also no obvious propulsion. So infrared doesn't pick up any jet trail or rocket exhaust coming out of these things.
Right, or a plume. You know, there's many ways to have propulsion. You can do it with a jet engine, for example,
right,
a propeller, or a rocket engine. In this particular case, you have objects that are doing things, maneuvering in ways without any obvious sign of propulsion, and defying the natural effects of Earth's gravitational pull.
At what speeds?
Some are very, very, very fast.
Faster than our aircraft or
absolutely hypersonic speeds, and by the way, without any obvious signs or signatures involved. So when an object's moving through the atmosphere, you would expect it to have certain signatures associated with that particular aircraft, whether it's a missile, drone, rocket. So for example, you might see a heat signature coming from it, you might see ionization of the atmosphere,
right,
you might hear a sonic boom, which you normally would. It's an acoustic signature. In this particular case, these objects don't have any of those signatures.
Tucker, apparently some United States senators have received an actual briefing on this UFO phenomenon. And now, like you, I always wonder why this isn't a bigger story. Listen, Tucker, we don't have to go all H.G. Wells' War of the Worlds or anything. There's no need for drama. But if you had some stuff flying over your country with a technology no one could explain, maybe it's kind of a bigger deal, right? Maybe we should be a little more concerned. I'm just throwing that out there for the audience, you know? That's my
I think that is a fair concern, I would say.
Thank you,
Hopefully, they're less like this and more like this. Let's get to Ed Levin and fly with the aliens, man. And Birdman launching. And I drive the truck back down the hill, man. And he lands well. And I launch. I wonder if I'm gonna see an alien, dude. And I land well. Let's go check on Mark at Stanford. He got done with chemo. Yeah, man. Let's get to Lake Berryessa.
What's up, Joey? What's up, man? Best thing to do on a Friday. Yeah. What's good? Yeah, right. Liar.
Yeah, man. Let's get to the fort. And I launch. Let's get to Pacifica, man. The air is good today. I love talking to people on the ground. Let's head back. I've got to avoid the wake from those paragliders, man. And I land well. See you later from the Earth area. Limitless has been a Saul Good Productions presentation. Peace.